Thorn is back in year 3, and I'm sure when Bungie broke the news that Thorn was coming back, a lot of people had this reaction.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
So how do you get the Thorn quest? Well, it's a nod back to year 1. You have a chance to get the exotic quest after turning in Shiro's weekly bounties. So every reset, he's going to have weekly bounties for you to do. Upon completion of those bounties, you have a chance. It's all RNG to unlock the Thorn exotic quest. Again, it's a nod back to year 1. You'll see here after turning in a weekly bounty, there you go, Jagged Purpose. So I unlocked the Thorn quest, completing Shiro's bounties. Again, it's RNG. I got this after probably doing 20 bounties, and a friend of mine got it after doing like 5. So it's all RNG. Hopefully you got some good luck. So after getting it from Shiro, you need to go to the tower and talk to Eris. Upon talking to Eris, she will give you the quest, and the first step of the quest is going to be completing the Wretched I Strike. And this quest closely mirrors the Thorn quest in year 1, though it is not nearly as hard as it was in year 1. So upon the completion of the Wretched I Strike, that will unlock the second part of the quest, which is to kill Fallen in Plaguelands Patrol. So boot up Patrol in the Plaguelands, and I just came to the Archon's Forge. It went really quick in the Archon's Forge. I would suggest coming here, especially if there's some other players and you guys just keep giving offerings one after the other. This step is going to go very quickly. If you found a faster way to get your percentage done, feel free to share it in the comment section below, but I personally think that Archon's Forge is going to be the fastest way to do it. It doesn't take very long regardless if you're just, patrolling around or you come to the Archon's Forge. So after killing a bunch of enemies, the next step is going to be getting void kills in the Crucible. And if you're a year 1 Guardian, I'm sure you're probably having some nightmare flashbacks right about now. But rest assured, this time around, guys, deaths do not take back any of your progress earned. I repeat, dying does not take away any of your progress. So breathe easy. If you got some year 1 guns, bust them out. You got Word of Crota, you got the Jewel, you got a Shoddy with Void on, you got Truth. Put those bad boys on. Hopefully you didn't get this on a Titan. I got the Thorn bounty on a Titan. So Titans, you're going to have a longer time building your percentage up because your super's not going to count. But like nades and melees obviously count. But on a Warlock, I mean, dude, you just friggin' Void Bomb, nades, double nades. And then Hunters will have an easier time than the Titans as well. If Mayhem is available, go into Mayhem. It's going to be way quicker in Mayhem, but Mayhem wasn't available for me this week. So I went into Control and I went into Supremacy. If you're new to Destiny, you're more than likely don't have any primaries with any elemental damage. That's totally fine. It's just going to take you a little longer to complete this step. This step is by far the longest step in this quest chain. And this quest isn't very hard. It's not like year 1. They actually made it pretty easy to do, but it's a little more time consuming than, say, the Kvostov quest, just because the void kills in Crucible do take a while to do. You cannot do this in private matches. So anybody that was thinking about doing that, you cannot do that. You have to do it in regular Crucible. Again, if Mayhem is available, do that. I went into Control, and then I went into Supremacy about halfway through, and I found Supremacy to be a little bit quicker because that's just a shotgun fest. Once you complete this step, again, this is going to be the longest step in the quest. It takes quite a while. You are then going to need to consume 5 motes of light. Once you consume 5 motes of light, it is then going to give you the next step in the quest, which is the final step in the quest. You are going to need a skeleton key, though, and you're going to be doing the Abomination High Strike, which is the new Summoning Pits Fogoth Strike. That's on the moon, if you're unfamiliar. Once you select it, you have to change this to Light 320, and then the Summoning Pits will change to the Abomination Heist. If you don't have a skeleton key, just run some Siva Heroic Strikes. Usually seems to have one drop about every 5 strikes or so. If you have a skeleton key on a different character, you can switch it over to that character. And yeah, I thought there was going to be the strike like there was in year 1. You weren't going to have matchmaking. You were going to have to kill that wizard after the 3rd wave. I don't even remember her name. It started with like an X or a Z. But you get matchmaking, and it's not hard at all. It's only at 320 light. It's very easy. It's not a hard quest anymore. Not at all. And then you need the skeleton key to open up the horde chest at the end of the strike, and that will give you Thorn. We can take a look at it now. It's got the same perks it's always had. Mark of the Devourer. You're going to want Send It in Final Round. Is it the 2-shot runaway, rage-inducing
God damn it!
monster that it was in year 1? No, it's not. Is it still a really good gun? Of course it is. If you really enjoy using hand cannons in the Crucible, I highly suggest doing this quest. I'm sure everybody's going to want to do it just to have it, but if you really enjoy using hand cannons, it's good. Here's it compared to the Palindrome. You know, Thorn is a faster firing hand cannon, but you're going to have less impact, obviously, and less range on something you can get on the Palindrome like Rangefinder. Same thing with Eyes Luna, you know, or the Ace of Spades for hunters if you really enjoy Ace of Spades. And then obviously the first curse is going to have way more impact, but obviously it's slower firing. So let's get into some clips of it in the Crucible. Still feels really good. The feel of Thorn was always great. The thing is now is that the burn just doesn't do anything. You see this kid didn't burn out. That was year 1. He would have burned out about 10 seconds before that. It's still a very good gun for things like getting enemies to move out of the way. So if you're playing like Supremacy or you're playing Trials, maybe you need to get a guy off going for a res on his teammate or grabbing a crest. You know, shooting once or twice with Thorn and he's going to be burning and his shield's going to go down slightly. He might want to hightail it out of there. So it's good for things like that. It's a 3 headshot kill. You know, it used to be a 2 headshot and you could just run away, or a headshot body. But if you can aim, unlike myself, it's a 3 headshot kill. So it's still a really, really good gun and a very good option if you enjoy using hand cannons in the Crucible. But here will be an example, and you'll run into this. You'll have moments like this where you expect the burn to do what it's supposed to do. That guy's at a sliver, and it just doesn't kill him. So if you were a year 1 Destiny player and you had Thorn, you know, don't get your hopes set on that gun, because this ain't it. If you're new to Destiny, you've probably heard the legend of Thorn. In year 1, you'd go into a Crucible game, and like 99% of players would be rocking Thorn. It was a friggin' Thorn fest everywhere. And it was a monster. It's still a good gun, though. Don't get me wrong. That's about it. It's a very easy quest. It takes a little while on the void kills, like I said, but everything else is very manageable and very quick. I hope this video was helpful. Have a good one, guys. See ya.